graduating class of 2016 had the opportunity to select one female and one male classmate to deliver the senior commencement address. It's my pleasure to introduce two very intelligent, talented, and personable graduates of the class of 2016, Sean Lynch and Alexa Narkey.
Yes, we are quite honored by it, and just as an FYI, all of you, your bribes are waiting for you as you exit. Those are with your classmates.
So, commencement speeches are usually reserved for those who have written great books, attained high political office, or happen to be standing next to the school president as the distinguished guest canceled.
None of which applies to us.
So now, as we're about to accept our diplomas, step off this stage, and go gorge ourselves on grad party food, we thought that we'd share a few lessons that we've learned along the way.
Character skills is better in theory than in practice.
As it turns out, connecting dots doesn't always connect to your life.
But then again, perhaps we're being a bit too harsh, because as we did connect those dots, we also learned how to connect with one another.
When we came in as freshmen, we identified ourselves by our grade schools. St. Columbkill,
St. Wenceslas.
We were a little more than a disorganized group of 15-year-olds trying to figure out if people actually went to morgue.
But after 4 years of football games and rainy hot walks, we've emerged with only one identity, as Skyhawks.
And there's something so unique about being a Skyhawk. It means to strive for greatness in the classroom and on the playing field. As
well as to never ever use the media center, where you find the works of Shakespeare's long-lost and misspelled brother, Shakespeare.
Indeed, in our SC polos and skirts, not sports.
And shorts, no cargos.
We've learned that when we learn about each other, we learn about ourselves. And much like our memories of Mr. Tommy singing the school fight song, the friendships that we've made here will last forever.
We've also learned to honor the people and things who have made a difference in our lives, like Father Jeff. We always enjoyed listening to your homilies, and you always seem to address our concerns. And again, we always enjoy listening to them, except for when you asked your class to sing at Mass. Apparently there was a sudden case of sudden onset deafness at that moment.
And Mrs. Lenz. Entering your classroom was like entering our grandmother's house. We knew that no matter what we said, it would be accepted and valid. From watching documentaries about actual Rolling Stones, to discussions about whether those boots really were Gerdas. Your class was a diversity experience in itself.
And now, as you say, shinny and how to your retirement, we are forever grateful for the ways in which you have touched and blessed our lives.
But as we said goodbye to some, we also said hello to others, like Mr. McMahon.
We must admit, when at our first school Mass, you sang to us the Little Drummer Boy, we were a bit concerned with the school's future.
But we quickly realized that your devotion and kindness to even the most minor of school activities meant that Skutt Catholic was in good hands.
We also said hello to iPads, meaning for the first time, students and teachers could ensure that their Clash of Clans accounts were up to date.
And for some, checking their grades now qualified as binge-watching Grey's Anatomy.
Yes, indeed, the advent of iPads allowed people to check their grades more often than people at the top of the parking lot on Saturday nights check their rearview mirrors.
And as we progress through our high school years, we realized that if you try hard enough, sometimes you just might succeed. They said that doing the Cut the Cord project in one night was impossible, but as a class, we proved them wrong.
They said the same thing about the Singer Studies project, and that time they were correct.
But despite all the things that have happened during our time as Skyhawks, there are still a few things that we're waiting for, like the exact location of where Taylor Price's hamster is.
Also, an auditorium, and just to be clear, the theater kids made me say that.
And an explanation from PYP Catering as to what exactly is a healthy bite.
On a more serious note, we're still looking to end the prejudice that's affected our own communities. We're still looking to find where Mr. KW finds the ability to come to school each day with the joy of teaching evident in his face and in his tasteful sweater vest.
And for where these past 4 years have gone.
Einstein told us that time is relative. The faster you go, the slower time becomes.
For many of us, as we bounced from class to class, activity to activity, and as we passed in and out of those gym doors, it seemed like our time at Skutt Catholic would never end. We forged friendships and developed routines that seemed like they would continue forever.
But even though time may have slowed, it did not stop. And as we entered our senior year, it turned into an avalanche, barreling down the increasingly declined slopes of January, February, March, until it slammed into us as we donned our caps and gowns only a few hours ago.
But Einstein also told us that even the smallest particle of matter is affected by the gravity of all the other particles in the universe. So too are we affected by everyone around us.
And even as we break apart from one another, or for about half of us collectively move to Lincoln, the experiences that we've had here will continue to change and affect our lives.
In the years ahead, we look forward to educating ourselves to become Christian leaders.
We look forward to empowering others.
And we look forward to seeing the class of 2016 initiate change in their activities, in their families, and in their communities. Thank you.
Graduates, you have reached the culmination of your hard work. At this time, with the assistance of Mr. Michael Bailey, Mr. John McMahon, and Mrs. Candace Higgins, you will be awarded your diploma from Skutt Catholic High School.